Yo, have you heard that we're doing bad financially?
Yeah. I'm Tomoki Taga, and for 10 years I've been working at Magokoro Furnitures, which as the name suggests, manufactures and sells furnitures. Currently, we're on the verge of facing financial crisis. Main cause being our competitors having implemented lower prices, combined with inflation and our relatively expensive price standards. I can tell everyone in the office is anxious. I heard Miss Shimura is gonna resign prematurely to alleviate the financial damage to the company. What? Him leaving would only do more damage. Mr. Shimura is one of the most experienced workers and also my boss. He's taken a good care of me ever since I joined the work, making him the most trustworthy person to me. Upon hearing this rumor, I couldn't help but take action. Mr. Shimura, may I have a moment?
Sure, Taga. What's up?
I'm thinking of quitting.
What? Why would a promising young man like you want to quit? Are you worried about the current state of the company? You shouldn't be.
If it helps cut the labor cost, and I also see this as a chance for me to start something new.
If starting fresh is what you want to do, then I'll support your decision. But do you really have to quit?
I love this company, sir, and I don't want it to end like this. I'll see if I can find a way to provide help from outside. I don't want to see you go.
I've always thought highly of your kind heart, which also worries me. But I'm proud of you regardless, Taga. If there's anything I can do to help, you let me know. That's an order.
And so, I left for the sake of Magokoro Furnitures. The company was actually open for early resignations, apparently, and some of my co-workers quit as well. I'm sure they had their reasons, including their love for Magokoro Furnitures. I took a bow to the company that I've dedicated myself to before leaving. Well, look who's here. What up, Yagami-san? Later that day, I was at my favorite bar. Tatsuo Yagami is the manager of this small, cozy establishment. I still can remember when I had my first ever drink here 10 years ago. Whenever I had a bad day, I'd come to this bar to pour myself some drink and talk with Yagami-san.
Your usual? Thank you, sir. So, what's the story? How's work?
Well, as of today, I'm jobless.
Huh. What happened?
I explained the whole story.
So you decided to leave because you care about the company and Mr. Shimura?
Yeah, I owe them that much. No regrets. That goes to you too, Yagami-san. I wish for you to keep doing what you're doing, however long you want.
How about that?
It was his turn to tell a story, which wasn't pleasant exactly.
What? You're closing down this bar? Just like your company, we have financial problems. And I'm old. Maybe it's time to retire.
That's... Yagami-san. I respected him as much as I did Mr. Shimura. Losing this place was like losing my home. Before I knew it, I was following my intuition again, just like when I presented my resignation to Mr. Shimura. Yagami-san, if you don't mind, would you let me handle this place?
Are you serious?
If you're concerned about me... No. Well, if it helps you in any way, that's great, but I'd be doing it for myself. This is my choice. I don't have many things I value in my life, and I want to do whatever I can not to lose them.
Tomoki, thank you. I can feel your eagerness. This bar is yours. Not that I have anyone to pass it down to anyway. What you do with this place is up to you.
Then I want in.
Horikawa? What are you doing here?
Bingo, I knew you'd be here.
She's Arisu Horikawa, an interior coordinator at Magokoro Furnitures. She's a bubbly person, can be careless sometimes, but it's widely known that she's got a good sense of design.
Why did you call me careless?
Why are you even able to hear my thoughts?
How long do you think I've known you? 10 years. A frickin' anniversary.
We're not even frickin' going out! Hyper as usual, Miss Horikawa.
How you doing, Yagami-san?
She sat next to me, then ordered a cocktail.
Always lovely to drink this.
Thank you, Arisu. Speaking of which, you said you wanted in?
Sorry, didn't mean to eavesdrop, but I overheard you two talking when I was about to come in.
So you know what's up. And wait a minute. Did you? She would have no time to help us with the work she's expected to do at Magokoro Furnitures. This could only mean one thing. Don't tell me you...
Yep, so please let me help.
So you've quit too? Hold on! And you're just okay with this?
I mean, I can't go back now.
Yeah, but did you even think it through?
Alright, look who's talking.
Just like that, she instantly became part of our new business. She was one of the regulars here, so she might have been worried about Yagami-san. We all discussed our plans until the closing time.
So, what do you have in your mind for this place?
Not anything solid, but I'm thinking something that could also benefit Magokoro Furnitures.
Hey, I know. Why don't we replace these furnitures with theirs if it's okay with you, Yagami-san? And then we'll run it as a bar for a while as it is. What do you think?
I think it's a brilliant idea. With the help from you two, I might as well be able to pull through a little more.
Purchasing furnitures from Magokoro Furnitures. Good thinking. We'll be practically promoting their products.
I know, right? Something a AAA interior coordinator would think,
Okay, now you're pushing it. But Yagami-san, is it really okay to replace all furnitures? You don't have any emotional attachment to them?
I have important ones at home, so don't worry. Matter of fact, since some of these are pretty worn out, it'll be a good opportunity.
We talked and talked, and it looked like things were starting to move forward. A few days later, welcome Mr. Shimura! Taga! Horikawa! It's only been a little bit, but it feels like ages ago when I last saw you two. Mr. Shimura dropped by the bar after work. Nice place. Never knew you were man enough to come to a bar this classy. I was just 20 when I found this place. The reason for his visit was to discuss our purchase of furnitures, and also to exchange each other's recent updates over a drink. On the day you guys left the company, I was worried sick. But I'm glad you're doing fine. Thank you, sir. I was touched by his serious concern for us.
Nice to finally meet you, Mr. Shimura. I've heard a lot about you, that you're a reliable person.
We all know that's not true. I couldn't even protect them. I must thank you for helping them out. Watching them shake hands was pretty heartwarming for some reason. It also made me realize how lucky I was to be surrounded by such good people. Just as I was thinking that...
So tell me, was Taga always that shy in front of women?
Unfortunately, he would act cool and uninterested whenever a girl like Horikawa was around.
That's not promising. Men should be the one to take action.
Right you are. Although I wouldn't support the idea out loud, or I'll be cancelled.
I wouldn't either. You can't say anything these days.
Like you haven't said it already. Would you stop making fun of me? Sorry. Jeez, just when I was starting to feel emotional. Still, this was such a precious moment for me. I genuinely enjoyed goofing around with Mr. Shimura and Yagami-san. We've concluded our order for the furnitures. Now we're finally ready for the whole makeover. A few months later, we finally finished the new interior design. Damn, it looks awesome!
Of course it does. After all, it was designed by me, the AAA coordinator.
I admire her extremely high self-esteem. But she's actually right. This is some sick design. Mr. Shimura was also impressed by the makeover, saying that he'd use this place for drinking parties and such. And as he said, many of my former colleagues have been paying a visit. Mr. Shimura told me business meetings held here are more likely to be successful.
That's fantastic. I'm glad we're being a help for Magokoro Furnitures.
Later that day, Horikawa was asked a question by a customer.
Excuse me, what brand are your furnitures?
These are all from Magokoro Furnitures.
I see, a brand that's known for good quality. May I ask?
Horikawa was being showered with questions by this customer who grew interested in our furnitures. The thing is, she's not an expert in furnitures themselves, being a coordinator. Maybe this is where I step in as a former salesperson. Horikawa, can you go help Yagami-san? I got this.
Taga, okay, I'll leave it to you.
Pardon me, I could answer your questions about the furnitures.
Thank you. It's about this one.
After presenting details on Magokoro Furniture's products, I was handed a business card, which totally shocked me. You're from the house of Inukai?
Yes, I happened to swing by, but the interior really caught my attention. I was hoping we could do business with Magokoro Furnitures.
I passed this down to Mr. Shimura, and looks like he managed to obtain a big client. Following the event, Magokoro Furnitures was able to bounce back financially, returning back to its former glory. Everything was going smoothly, and three of us enjoyed working together. On the day Magokoro Furniture signed a deal with Inukai's, Yagami-san treated us with drinks as a celebration.
Good work, both of you. You really did return a favor.
Thank you.
I made something for you. It's a cocktail called Sidecar.
Wow, it looks pretty.
Everything you make is a masterpiece, Yagami-san.
Glad you like it.
There was a brief silence after we were done with the drink. Then,
Taga, you saw me in a tight spot and came to cover for me, right?
Oh yeah, I knew you couldn't answer those questions since you were not in the sales department. So,
I wanted to say thanks. You've always helped me, even at Magokoro Furnitures.
I think it's time for me to go take care of something in the back. Don't you think, Arisa?
Yagami-san.
Don't you worry. Everyone thinks you're cute. All you need is confidence. Isn't this why you quit your job in the first place?
You knew?
Yagami-san went in the back with a cryptic smile and words. Then Horikawa walks up to me with strong intention in her eyes.
Taga, I like you. Ever since I first met you 10 years ago at Magokoro Furnitures.
What? Are you joking?
I'm not. I've always liked you. Your honesty, your kindness. I quit my job to stay close to you. I didn't want us to be apart.
I never thought she'd beat me to it with such an honest, serious confession. You're always so cheerful, and I like you too, Horikawa.
Really? I'm so happy.
I wouldn't lie like this. I was actually really happy when you came here. I want to do this with you, whatever we can together. This is how we started going out. By the way, Yagami-san did a horrible job trying to hide. Was he even trying? I could see, finally you two are together, written all over his face.
Is my great-grandchild here yet?
Great-grandchild? Aren't you way ahead?
Allow your gramps to make some juice.
Are you listening?
I can hear the voice of my great-grandchild.
Yagami-san laughed, saying that he thinks of us as his grandchildren, and he can't wait to see our kids. Quitting my job was a big event in my life, but I was fortunate enough to be surrounded by supportive individuals, and I was really happy with how my life was going. However, I would soon realize that happiness doesn't last forever and should not be taken for granted. It happened after 1 year of working at the bar. Yagami-san fell ill. Yagami-san, hang in there!
Tomoki, Arisu, my apologies.
There's nothing to apologize for.
He gave back a grip, smiling, but I could feel it weakening in my hand.
I have something to ask of you too.
He asked us a favor, which was the first time he had ever asked us for anything. Yagami-san, we promise we will fulfill your wish, so please just hang on.
I still haven't given you back anything.
Tomoki.
No, Tomoki. You already have.
I cry out his name almost in tears before leaving the hospital to fulfill his wish. Yagami-san gave me the key to his house, which is where we are now.
This is the address, right?
It should be. I've never been here. I didn't even know he lived alone. I heard his wife passed away even before I met him, but I never figured he was alone. We're coming in. A greeting came out of my mouth, as if I was asking Yagami-san for permission. A lot of antique furnitures made in UK could be found inside his house. It was a sight to behold, to say the least. The interior design was on another level.
This is amazing. It's like a jewelry box of furnitures.
Couldn't agree more. Okay, let's get to it.
Yeah.
We looked for what Yagami-san told us to. Here it is.
Nice. But it's in really bad shape. You think we can fix it?
We gotta. He's counting on us.
You're right.
We carefully took this furniture we found to Magokoro Furnitures for repair. Once we were there, I informed Mr. Shimura of Yagami-san's condition. I begged to Mr. Shimura, asking for any help I could get to make his wish come true. As you might have guessed, the favor he asked was to fix an antique rocking chair his wife cherished. It was really worn out and its legs were broken off. Yagami-san never could get himself to turn it in for professional repair because of the memory he had with it. That's why he entrusted it to us. That's terrible news. I understand Magokoro Furnitures doesn't repair furnitures, not their brand. But there's only so much us alone can do. Please, could you help us? Taga, remember I told you how kind you always were, and that I was proud of you? I'll do anything I can, and so will the others. I'm sure they'll be a great support if it means helping you. When I looked up, I was met with my former colleagues whom I spent years working with. As you know, we are experts in furnitures. Antique or not, it'll be good as new in no time. Right, guys?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate it.
To fulfill Yagami-san's request, we were ready to work together just like old times. However, fixing the rocking chair wasn't easy. It was missing a lot of parts, which required us to hunt down the right materials for replacement. But this didn't stop us from putting our hearts into whatever necessary in achieving our goal. It reminded me of the time me and Arisu were still working at this company, and it was honestly heartwarming. After 2 months of hard work, Yagami-san, we finally did it! As soon as it was repaired, we directly came to the hospital to show it to Yagami-san.
Tomoki, Arisu.
Look, Yagami-san.
That said, Arisu went beside the bed and helped him up.
Oh my, that is my wife's chair.
I could hear his voice tremble.
Amazing, like it hasn't changed from back then. Tomoki, Arisu, you two are the best.
It wasn't just us. We had some help from everyone at Magokoro Furnitures.
They were happy to provide help.
Yagami-san smiled with tears in his eyes.
I can't believe it. You have my gratitude. Now I can leave without regrets.
What are you saying? You say you wanted to see our children. You've got to come back from this. Here, why don't you try sitting on the chair? I supported him to the chair as I encouraged him to take a seat.
It feels good. Thank you, both of you. I can't be happy enough to sit in this chair like this. It feels like I'm with my wife again. I'm glad we got to work together at the bar. I truly am. Please, look out for each other.
He smiled, saying so in the rocking chair. Then, he went silent. I'm just glad you like it. When you recover, let's take this chair to the bar where you can relax and hang out.
Good idea. You don't have to overwork yourself anymore.
Yagami-san? Are you listening?
Come on, man. Cut it out already. Hey. Yagami-san! That's how he passed away, in his wife's rocking chair. He looked content and happy. Or at least that's what I think. I also think he somehow knew we would eventually fix the chair and bring it to him. Maybe that hope was the only thing that kept him going. We said our goodbyes to him. Years later, we were blessed with a baby. Now she's 2. Yagami-san's rocking chair became her favorite playground. She would play, sleep, and do all sorts of stuff in it.
It feels like she's playing with Yagami-san.
Yeah, he would be such a good great-grandpa. It feels as though he's watching over us daily. We are still running the bar, and naturally, we've learned a thing or two about cocktails. Sidecar, the one Yagami-san served us on the day me and Arisu started dating. We found out much later that the cocktail had a special meaning to it. Together, forever. Yagami-san would want us to be like that for the rest of our lives. And we intend to, with our child as well. Yagami-san's will lives with us. Just like antique furnitures that are passed down.
Hey guys, thanks for watching! This episode was so moving. It got me reflecting on life and what happiness truly entails. I couldn't help but shed some tears. It's sad that Yagami-san is gone, but he lived a fulfilling life without any regrets. I wish Taga, Horikawa, and their baby, as well as the bar Yagami-san left them, a lifetime of happiness. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.